Hi there, my name's Natasha and I'm here with Leon Edwards. How are you doing, Leon?
I am good.
Good.
All good.
We were just speaking before the camera started about how we're both Brummies, so good to sit down with a fellow Brummie, but you don't have much of the accent. What's going on?
I don't know. I was born in Jamaica, so it's probably a bit of both, like Jamaica / Birmingham probably, but I feel so. I feel got Birmingham accent.
Yeah. And when did you start training in MMA? Did that start in Jamaica or when you moved to Birmingham?
No, it started in Birmingham, in Erdington actually. My first gym I went to was UTC, Erdington, when I was 16 years old. And my mum brought me to the gym. I kept getting into trouble as a kid, so she brought me to the gym to put my energy elsewhere. And then it worked out, so perfect.
That's good. Yeah, it's definitely a good discipline to have. But did you feel like you were using your skills that you learned in MMA to like take to the streets, or were you like pretty disciplined?
I was pretty disciplined, to be fair. At the start, I was like going back and forth, but once I see that I can use it as a career and you can make a living off it, I'll start focusing on the gym. So I was like in the gym, like 24/7. I basically went there in the morning. I would train there, then I'll like teach a class, then I'll train there again. Just did it all since my 17 years old, just never left the gym.
Do you feel like you have an advantage being in Birmingham with your team over maybe other opponents in America? And why do you think that is?
I feel so. I feel I have grown with my team, so I understand what they're calling for, I understand what they want out of me, I understand what they expect from me, you know what I mean? So I believe that you should trust in your team and you should grind it out with your team. I think most people in the UK, we've been taught we get to like a certain level, do we have to go to America or elsewhere to train, to get the better training, but I am proving to the world now that we can do it just in the UK, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm proving and it's working out fine.
I feel like there hasn't been many Birmingham fighters in the UFC. They're kind of like a rare breed. Like we had Vaughan Lee was pretty
that was my
big.
teammate, yeah.
Yeah, because he used to train with UTC, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Right.
Vaughan Lee was my team. He was the first guy from Birmingham that I know. No, Paul Taylor. It was Paul Taylor first got in there. He was from UTC as well at the start. Then Vaughan Lee. He was the first guy I know personally.
Yeah.
I remember going into watching him in Birmingham when the UFC came back to Birmingham. This was about 9 years ago. I remember going to watch it and I was like up in the sticks, like the furthest it can be. Yeah. The fires look small to me, you know what I mean? And I remember sitting there thinking, one day I want to be in the UFC. This is what I want to do in my life, you know what I mean? And to be able to now to go at the headline UFC events and fighting top guys in the world that I used to watch on TV when I was a kid. I think my dreams are coming true now slowly, and I am proving to everyone that I am going to be somewhere.
Yeah. It must be pretty surreal from going watching it at home to now being in the octagon with like all eyes on you.
Especially when you find a guy that used to watch on TV when he was a kid.
Yeah, you know exactly, like Dos Santos.
Dos Santos.
And what an amazing win for you.
Thank you.
But you always stay really cool, calm and collected when you're in the octagon. Yeah. Do you have anything going through your mind when you're in there, or any like pre-fight rituals that keep you zen? Not
really, some fights is different. Like my last fight against Dos Santos, I felt leading up to the fight, when I was at Airbnb in San Antonio, and I was like thinking about, I might lose, like thinking about negative thoughts. But once I got to the arena, I felt like zen. Like I felt nothing. I felt numb, and I was like kind of worried. Why am I so calm? You know what I mean? And I went out there, put on one of the best performances of my life, and it's good. But I got no retrieve really. It's another day for me. I go warm up on a fight and it's another day.
Yeah, you must just like switch into fight mode. I know like a lot of fighters mention they have a similar experience. Do you feel like you've been overlooked by the UFC in the past, and do you think that's maybe starting to change now, or what's your thoughts?
At the start I feel so. They were pushing other guys ahead of me, and even though I was doing most of the work, you know what I mean? So, but I have grown now to trust my journey, to trust my path, and to believe in my journey. As before, I was like thinking, why not me? But now I believe this is what the path I'm meant to be on. And I feel if you rush, you stumble and you fall. And many guys that are pushed and rushed to the top, they're now falling down. So I believe every fight plays a big part in my career. And if you believe you're number one as well, you should be able to fight everyone. You know what I mean? So
exactly.
It is.
Yeah, everything happens for a reason, I guess.
Exactly. That's how I think.
And what's your thoughts on the Robbie Lawler versus Colby Covington fight? What did you think?
It was good. It was a good performance from Colby, but Robbie didn't do much to deter him, you know what I mean? There weren't like a resistance from Robbie Lawler, really. He just coasted to the loss. He did nothing that I could say, it's a good fight. But Colby basically just like control the fight from round 1 to round 5. But fair play to him, he did what he needed to do, he got the victory, and but I look forward to seeing him down the line. And
do you anticipate the next title shot will be Covington versus Guzmans, or would you like to get the next dibs? How do you feel about it?
I believe I deserve a title shot, 100%. I was spoken to the UFC, I think it was yesterday, the day before, and they're saying basically Colby's getting a title shot because he was the interim champion before that, so which is understandable. If you're interim champion, you should get a title shot. You know what I mean? So that leaves me and Masvidal, but now they're saying I want to fight. The UFC said they really want to fight, but Masvidal's turning the fight down. He says they don't want to fight unless they pay him a stupid amount of money, which is not valued that money anyway. You know what I mean? So at the moment, it's up in the air really. I'm ready to go. The UFC's ready to go for the fight. Me and Masvidal. He's just running and running scared. So we'll see.
Do you feel like he's scared of you?
Not scared. I don't think, because everyone's a fighter. I don't think he's scared of me, but I think he knows that I can beat him. You know what I mean? He knows that I can beat him, and this is his only opportunity to get to a title shot.
Yeah.
You know, he knows if I go out and beat him, he's back down the line again. You know what I mean? So I don't think he's scared. I just think he knows that I'll beat him. So he's trying to like wait it out to see if he can get it without fighting me first. But the fans want it, I want it, UFC want it. It's just up to him now.
Fans definitely want it, especially after that little altercation that happened. But what's your thoughts on it now? Do you still feel like you have unfinished business with him, or?
Yeah, for me, it's still unfinished business for me. I believe we will fight in the cage, out the cage. There will always be altercation between me and him. I don't like him, he don't like me, and there will always be that animosity against us two. So.
Well, hopefully it happens at some point, because I would love to watch that.
I am ready. I want it. Like I said, the UFC spoke to me yesterday. They want it. It's now just he's running scared, so just trying to get him to take the fight, and we've got a fight for November, hopefully, in New York.
But what did you think about his KO victory over Ben Askren? Do you give him some sort of credit for his performance then? Or you don't want it?
Nah. To be fair, I'm not a hater. You know what I mean? If it did, it was a good KO. It was like 8 seconds. What?
Yeah, I think it was like 5 seconds.
Something like that. I remember when I had a KO like that before, and I KO'd Seth Brzezinski. Same thing, like 8 seconds or something stupid, and well, you can't take nothing from it. You know what I mean? It's just you can't take nothing from it. You can't give nothing to it. It's just like one of them things that happen. I think his fight 10 out of 10 times, that probably never happen again. You know, it's just one of them things. But fair play to him. I am not Ben Askren. He will not knee me in my head like that. I will not duck my head into a knee like that. And that's it.
So you've been pretty critical of Ben Askren in the past. Do you think he's a bit of an overhyped contender?
I feel so. I believe they should have made him work his way up like everyone else to get to the position. I feel he talked his way into the top spot, and now he's showing that I don't think he's on the level of top 5 opponents. You know what I mean? He went to Asia, wherever he went to fight, wherever he fought to get his record, and came to the UFC. Had one fight, Robbie Lawler, like a weird fight, Robbie Lawler, and he's straight up to like number 4. That was something stupid in the world, and now, I think now he's, like I said, now he's proving that he needs to work his way up. He can't grapple, he can't arm strike, no jiu-jitsu, just a wrestler. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he even says it for himself. I'm not going into strike with you. I'm going into wrestle you, and I feel they need more than just wrestling to compete with top 5 and top 10 in the world. And I think martial arts have grown so much now in a short period of time that you have to be well-rounded to secure the belt. You can't be like zero striking or right jiu-jitsu, just relying on wrestling. I don't think that'll get the job done. So.
And you're commonly known for your striking abilities, but something I've noticed is how your ground game has rapidly improved, especially since joining the UFC.
Yeah.
Do you think a lot of your opponents overlook that?
I feel so. I think it's more because of the British thing. Like, British guys can't wrestle. Cause we don't do it in colleges like they do in America. But I have proven time and time again that I'm one of the best fighters in the world. I've out-grappled Gunnar Nelson. I've out-grappled like, already was my 4th black belt in the UFC that I grappled, you know what I mean? So I'm proving that that's a myth, and the UK is coming up.
And I've noticed you've started doing your left elbows in your last 3 recent fights. Yeah. Did that just happen naturally in the cage, or was that something you planned beforehand?
That's something I trained with my coach here at, I just finished training at the moment at CoreFit in Birmingham, and I drew that on my coach day in, day out, because most MMA fighters, they're not very schooled in dirty boxing. Like working in the clinch. In the clinch, if you take him down, but not really, they use the strikes and elbows and knees and punches while you're that close, you know what I mean? So I've been working out with my coach, Henry, at CrossFit, and it's working out perfectly now. My last 3 fights, Cowboy got cut with it, Gunnar Nelson got dropped with it, RDA got cut with it. So it's a good tool to add to my basket.
It's very sneaky and it looks painful. I'm glad I'm not on the receiving end of that. Potentially a title shot is in the future, especially if you did fight Masvidal and beat him, you'd definitely be lined up against Guzmans. Yeah. What do you think would happen in a rematch? What would you anticipate and how would you change your strategy the next time round?
I think for that fight, it was like I went in the fight with a defensive mind state, so I was more thinking about not getting taken down. I was like 22 or 23, whatever it was, and I was more thinking about not getting taken down more than what I want to do to him, you know what I mean? So I think that fight was more mental for me than anything. Also, I've improved in leaps and bounds in my technique, but that fight was more mental. So I believe that I'll go out there and I'll beat him. I'll beat him everywhere the fight goes. I'm better striker than him, better jiu-jitsu. He's a great wrestler, so am I. So I believe I'll beat him. It's more, that fight I was just young, I was mental. It's more mental for me then. I'm a total different human being from then, and I believe I'll get the job done.
What do you think's the weakest part of Guzmans' fighting skill?
Striking, I'd probably say. He's not the best striker. He forces his shots. Jiu-jitsu, he's not the best jiu-jitsu. So it's one of them two. Probably striking, I'd probably say, if you had to pick one. Yeah.
And who do you think would win in a fight against Covington and Guzmans? Who's your money on?
I was saying this the other day, my coaching. I don't know. Because they're both similar fighters. They're both the same thing. The mediocre strikers, wrestling, shit jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean? So it's like, they're both literally the same kind of fighters, but I don't know, probably Guzmans. I think he got a little bit more power or strength than Colby. So probably edge Guzmans just on that. But I think they're similar fighters.
But if Covington wins, does that put you in an awkward situation? Because obviously you want the title shot, but you also want the opportunity to rematch Guzmans, don't you?
That's like cherry on the cake. For me, I would smash Masvidal. Then to get my rematch and beat Guzmans and get the title. That's like my retirement fight. Yeah. I wouldn't retire, but that's like a great, perfect story, you know what I mean? So yeah, but either way, my dream and my aim in life is to be a world champion, and whoever gets the belt, it doesn't bother me one bit. I'll fight whoever I get the belt, and I'll be ready to go.
And is there any fighters that you think are a bit overhyped apart from Askren?
There's a few. I just focus on my thing and
you're trying to stay out of the trash.
Yeah, let them do their thing, and I just focus on my thing. And
yeah, no, that's fair enough. But a lot of fighters have actually spoken very highly of you, especially Michael Bisping. He really likes you. Yeah. Is there any other fighters that have spoken to you and given you compliments that's taken you by surprise?
Yeah. Conor messaged me after the RDA fight, just saying congrats and saying I hope I get the Masvidal fight and stuff like that, and that was good, you know what I mean? And to see like a legend like that to message me, and I know we got the same management team and stuff, go both on the Paradigm management, and so that was good. Like I said, Michael Bisping as well. He's the first UK world champion. So to get a message from him just saying you're going to be a world champion as well, and I look forward to seeing it. That's a big thing, and I remember watching Bisping, and he's grown the sport so much in the UK. That's good for me. Yeah,
no, it's good, and you've got a very loyal fan base in England, especially in Birmingham as well. Do you hope in the future that we could be seeing a fight in Birmingham?
So happy I got that. Hopefully, I've been pushing them every time. Like, let's go Birmingham. I even said to them, come to Birmingham. I'll fight anybody. Like, fuck the rankings. I'll fight whoever if you come to Birmingham, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to bait them to come. But I believe we'll see one in the near future.
And outside of the octagon, is there anything else you want to focus on? Any business ventures or charity work?
At the moment, I'm just going back. I went back to my school last time before my fight, before RDA, before I flied out. It was weird. I went back to my school and to see my old teachers and the students, and because I was a bad kid in school, so to go back and to see I was on the Wall of Fame.
Oh,
so
amazing.
They put me in the Wall of Fame and everything, and to see how far I've came since being a school kid and misbehaving and shit like that, and to be where I'm at now, it's amazing and stuff like that. But that's it really. I'm looking forward to open my own gym as well. That's one of my things I'm trying to do at the moment, trying to find somewhere to put a gym in. Because for me, MMA has changed my life so much and give so much to me that I love to give back to the kids. Back in the day in Ayrton, Aston, there's like a big gang culture, so I love to give back to them kind of kids in gang cultures and broken homes and poor families and stuff like that. There's come to another way to go apart from football or crime or wherever they do, to come to MMA and teach you different disciplines, hard work. Like I said, it changed my life, so I sure can change someone else's life.
Because I feel like a lot of people outside of Birmingham don't know what it's like, but there is a lot of gang crime, knife crime. Like, people don't realise what it's like. So if you can give...
Like, even in Twitter, like, this is so weird, but even in Twitter, like, you put about like Birmingham and stuff, like, you're from UK, like the Americans, like, you're from the UK, nothing happens in the UK. I was like, oh, whatever. You know what I mean?
I think they think it's like something out of Harry Potter.
Yeah, they do,
like
they literally do. After they mention like gangs in the UK, everyone thinks there's no one in the UK. Like, it's like tea drinkers and
Buckingham Palace.
Yeah, it's funny. But like I said, that's my aim in life is to give back to kids like that. Come from that background, just like show them a different way of life, really, and give back.
Awesome. And are you changing anything in your training strategy since your recent win?
No, I just like learn. I'm back to like learning now. I was in training camps, I can't learn. It's just like, it's more about just to graft, day in, day out. And now I'm just like learning techniques, looking where went wrong in the RDA fight, correcting it. That's it really, just keep improving, keep getting better every day and get that world title.
Great, sounds good. Thanks, Leon.
Thank you.
I'm Natasha from BJ Penn.